I've got to tell you, this is one seriously powerful PC. The only drawback with it is it's passively cooled, and this thing gets seriously hot if you try to do any proper computing on it. Now I do a lot of video editing, and a lot of people will say, oh, you can't do video editing on a PC with just only 2 gig of RAM. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. It can be done. This processor on this computer handles it with no problems, but it does suffer with overheating problems. I also use Virtual DJ, I stand corrected, Virtual DJ, and it powers them both without a problem, but it does seriously get hot. I cannot understand why anybody in their right mind would design a case where you're trying to passively cool a processor. It's got quite a large heatsink on it, as I'm showing here, and then they go and put a case on it where there's no vents, or very little vents. It's got 4 little vents, one in each corner with tiny little holes in where it's supposed to draw cold air in, and then it's got these tiny little slots around the edge of the actual case where it's supposed to allow the hot air out. I mean, I touched the top of the case on this after I'd been using it for half an hour, and it was seriously hot. It was hot to the point where if it wasn't burning your hand, but it was uncomfortable. So I thought, right, okay, I'll remove it from its case because I want to see how much heat this thing is generating. So I removed it from the case, as you see here. I powered it back up, and even just surfing the net, it was hot. But when I started doing some serious video editing on it, this thing got so hot that the heatsink, I put my finger on it and it burnt my finger. That's how hot this thing was. So I suggest, if you're going to get one of these, which are well worth getting, I got mine for 89 quid. If you're going to get one of these, they are a brilliant PC, but it needs some serious cooling. Now in the end I ended up making a vent in the top of it, and even that was okay. I mean, it cooled it down a bit, but nothing, you know, the fins on the heatsink are silly, stupid little fins. It needs some serious cooling. So I've actually stuck a fan on it, which I've shown you here, and that cooled it right down. It was well below lukewarm, so that was absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm now going to show you how quickly this thing can boot up. Right, but first of all, I'm going to, right now I've fitted a cooling fan, as you can see there. It gets so hot, it's just unreal. There are some tiny little holes in each of the corners here which wouldn't cool anything, and as you saw from the earlier pictures, the top is just sealed. There is no way any heat is going to escape out of there. So I fitted a cooling fan. Now this is just a temporary arrangement at the moment because it's going to go behind a 12-inch monitor which I've ordered, and there is a reason for it which you will see in a future video. But for the moment I'm going to connect it up and show you how easy it is to connect up. Now you have your HDMI in socket, which I'm going to plug the screen into now, like that. You have your power supply, which literally just plugs in the back here. He says, as he looks for the hole, there you go. That's now plugged in. the blue indicator light will light up temporarily. Now, the only thing I will say with this is that it only has the 2 USB ports, so you do really need to get a dock, you know, one of these multi USB docks to plug in, because once you've plugged, I've got an external hard drive here, once you've plugged that in and you've plugged your mouse in, that's it. So at the moment I'm having to use the inboard keyboard. So plug our hard drive in there, get hold of my mouse, plug that in there. Okay, so right, I'm now going to show you the screen. I'm going to show you how quickly this thing boots up. Okay, right, you press and hold the power button for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, in fact less than that, about 2 seconds. As you can see, it's starting up.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, that's alright, that was the Bluetooth connecting up to my sound system. And there you go, as quick as that. So I shall just, there you go, hit that. And right, because I've got to use the on keyboard, so
on screen.
Yes, okay, on screen. Okay. Right,
make your computer easier to use. Windows will read and scan this list automatically. Press the spacebar to select the highlighted option.
How very nice. Okay. Right, now, I'm not showing the whole screen properly, just bear with me a minute.
Magnifier. Make items on the screen larger. On-screen keyboard. Type without the keyboard.
Shut up talking.
High contrast.
Okay. Right, so once you've set up, I mean the setup does take quite a time, because by the time Windows 10 has done all its updates. But I will say this version of Windows 10 is the best one ever. Absolutely excellent. I used to hate Windows 10 and I swore I would never use that operating system, but they've made some great improvements. So that's it, as quick as that, and it's in. So this thing really runs quick, I've got to tell you. Right, now I'm going to start the fan up, because as I say, this gets seriously hot. Now I've put the fan on there, I've put a fan on. I'm going to plug it in. The fan's not that loud actually. That's it, that is the fan. Because I want to keep this cool. Right now, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to bring up, I use Magic's movie editor. Right now, it does require, I think it was a minimum of 2 gig of RAM to operate properly, if I remember rightly. And it doesn't overwork the processor, but that heatsink is just not man enough for the job. So anybody says that this computer can't do video editing and can't do music editing is talking rubbish, because this computer is more than capable. So I'll just start that up. Okay, here we go. And as you can see, it takes no time to do anything. The only thing I will say, once it did get hot, it started slowing down and faltering, which it would do because the processor was just overheating. But now I won't suffer with that problem. Now I have a cooling fan on it. It's just initializing media pool and videoing and initiating all that. There you go. Right, okay, there we go. Right, so yes. Now, as I say, it runs stuff no problem at all. Okay, so right now I need to change that. Now if I video effects and move that along, I can then bring it out to the correct, yeah, like that. And it runs it no problem at all, absolutely no problem at all. Okay, yeah, as you can see, it is slightly a little jittery, but I'm pretty certain that's due to the lack of RAM probably. So, but as far as editing is concerned, you can run through this no problem at all. And you can put cuts in where you like. And if you really want some smoothness to it, you can get it exactly where you want it. I've made a lot of videos on this piece of software and it's absolutely excellent. No problem at all. Now I can put a cut in there. Yeah, it does all the titler and everything. You've got titles, special effects, all sorts. And it works them all, no problem at all. As you can see, it's all working there. So don't anybody let you tell you that you can't edit on this tiny little computer, because you can. No problem at all. I've already edited a movie. In fact, this video you're watching now was edited on this very suite. Right, so now I'll now show you what else it can do, which is also another high powered program. But before I can do that, I need to unplug my external hard drive at the moment because I need to be able to plug in the controller for this. So yeah, I definitely need a hub. If you're going to use this for anything serious, you definitely need to get a hub. Right, okay, now this is the other program I use, which is Virtual DJ. This is version 7 Pro. As you can see, start it up no problem at all, very quickly. Now, I haven't put my music database back in from when I was working on it, so I shall put that in right now. And just bear with me one moment while I insert the card. All on an SD card. Now this SD card is 128 gig. So I don't get how they say it can do less. There's all my database, it's just come up straight away, no problem at all. And if I use my controller, I can then run down through all my music. No problem at all. There we go. Absolutely fine. Works absolutely amazing. Right, so then I can load a track. There you go. Loading it easy enough. And then press play. Remember the sound going through Bluetooth as well. I'll do another track. There's the next thing. As you can see, no problem at all. Right, now as you can see, the processor up the top here is, well, in fact I don't think you can see now actually. So let me move it up a little bit. There you go. The CPU is handling it, no problem at all. Absolutely no problem. Right, so mix from one to the other. See, it works absolutely perfectly. I've got 4 decks running on here and it runs all 4 decks at the same time without a problem. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just run down another track, load it, there you go, loading it, no problem at all. No problem at all. Open on to the other. Okay. Right, there you go. And the cooling fan's running. No problem at all. Working perfectly. So this is a great little computer. There you go. Everything on our light. There you go. I can run all four if I want to. At the moment I haven't got the keyboard set up, so I have to select the other deck using the mouse. But just to demonstrate, there you go. Handling it absolutely perfectly. So yeah, you can do anything on this computer that you can do on a full-size computer. No problem at all. I've got my Audacity on there, which I use for my, obviously, audio editing and such like that. Again, no problem at all. But as I say, before I fitted the fan, it was definitely struggling because the processor just got so hot. And as you know, processors do not like running hot at the best of times. Microsoft Edge. There you go. So, yeah, works absolutely excellently. No problem at all. So yeah, I definitely recommend this product. Without a doubt, you can do some serious work with it. So it's just not for surfing the net and watching movies. It does a lot more than that. Obviously you've got your YouTube. I'll type in YouTube. There you go. Click on there. That comes YouTube. Gave me so many problems that I'll be honest with you, you know, in the end I ended up getting rid of it. So but I must have, yeah, see, it's my internet. It's decided it's going to play up. That's great, marvellous. There you go. That's working fine. Right, there you go. What's it doing now? Come on, knock about. Oh dear.
Watch Netflix offline. Switch to Chromebook.
Yeah, I need to reconfigure this, I think, because it's bringing up a load of crap I don't want. Really, to be honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, want to show you the second oldest trick in the history of sleight of hand. Second oldest trick in the history of sleight of hand. You've heard the phrase, the oldest trick in the book? This is not it. Two. You know what the oldest trick in the book is? Pull my finger. Seen that one before. This is known as the cups. The cups will be examined by the audience. Take a good look inside. Look for trapdoors, mirrors, secret compartments, sliding panels, gimmicks, wires, magnets. Here's a little picture of your mom.
As you can see, it works perfectly well.
Can you put your finger through the bottom? No. Are you a nurse? Most people try it from the outside. Very slowly. Don't think I don't appreciate that.
So yeah, I definitely recommend this. Yeah, so it's more than capable. I have a photo suite in here for doing photographs and all that. Some people at this is a brilliant app. This is Format Factory. Absolutely incredible. You can change any video format to any video format and just add your files, set what you want it to go out as, and away you go, which is very useful if you get some awkward video formats that you need to change. So yeah, if you're interested, it's called Format Factory. Totally free. This is a 64-bit version. So it's another great one. And the one I thought I'd actually clicked on was Magic's Photo Suite for doing your photos and that, or Photo Designer. I mean, that actually comes built in with Magic's Movie 14. So, but Magic's Movie 14 is an old Magic's editor. They've gone a lot more since then. But this processor or this computer does have a job to handle it. I think that's due to a lack of RAM more than anything else. Not processing power, because it's got bags of processing power. It's due to a lack of RAM. But to be fair, I prefer the very first version they ever did. I think it's the best one they ever made. It's probably got some things, or rather it's probably missing some things that you can get on the later ones. But you know, it all depends on your preferences really. But as you can see, this video is being produced on it, no problem at all. And so yeah, the only thing I would say is having only 32 gigabyte of RAM, 32 gig of onboard storage. Yes, you're probably going to suffer with storage wise. You're probably going to want to use a solid state portable drive, but you will need a hub to drive it. So yeah, so that's my next thing, is to get a hub to drive it. But yeah, so yeah, no, this computer is more than capable of doing some heavy work, any problems, but you do have to have some decent cooling on it. And so I think that brings us to the end of this video, really. There we go. Calling that no problem at all now. And it's not that loud, it's quite quiet. That runs on 12 volts, that fan. I wouldn't say it was that noisy at all actually. Pretty good. Anyway, I hope this video has been informative to you, and if it has, please give a like, thumbs up or thumbs up, and if you're not already a member of my channel, please join my channel for more videos as they are uploaded. So for now, take care, goodbye.